The Love Your Podcast is a combination of humor, science, and real-world experience to help you break the battles with food, exercise, mindset, and your body. From head to toe, inside and out, this podcast has you covered. I'm your host and founder of the Fit Mom Revolution, Julie Stubblefield. Welcome. Hello, beautiful listeners. Welcome back to Love Your Podcast. Today, we're talking about your words. That's right. I have a question for you, though. What are some things in your life that you choose carefully? It might be your car, your clothes in the morning. Got to have that perfectly matched outfit. It might be your house that you've purchased. Sometimes it might be your food. It might be an exercise plan. Your spouse or significant other. Friends. Sometimes it's even the path that you take to drive somewhere. We give all of these a lot of really careful consideration. And yet, the one thing that we use the most in our everyday lives gets the smallest consideration. And these are the things that make the biggest impact on how you live your life. It's your words, your language, your syntax, the way you speak. And it's not just about yourself, like the words that you use about yourself or to yourself. It's how you talk about experiences, parenting, food, exercise, work, carpool, PTA, your neighbors, your partner, your body. It's everything. The words that you say about everything matter. Now, I'm not suggesting that you lie, and if something wasn't a great experience, to go around and talk about how amazing it was. But just bear with me for a moment. Let's talk about why your words matter. They shape your experience. Let's say, for example, you are going on a road trip, and in your mind, you've already decided that you're not going to have a good time for whatever reason, because it's a place you don't want to go, or it takes too long to get there. Chances are you're going to have a miserable time because you've already decided that. If you assume that things are going to be a certain way, guess what? You're going to be right, because that's all you will see is the negativity. Your words shape your experience. If you think eating healthy is going to be bland and gross and like a job or a chore, yep, that's how it's going to be. If you think exercising is going to be awful and brutal, guess what? That's how it's going to be. Why else do your words matter? They create the memory. So if you spend a lot of time talking about how awful something was, or how you dreaded something, or the end result was not how you expected, that's how you will always remember that experience. That's how you will always recall it, even if there were some good things that happened. Even if there was a positive result, you will be more inclined to remember the negative aspects. They direct your emotions. If you are going to an event and you feel incredibly nervous about it, maybe you're speaking and you don't really know how to handle your anxiety or your nervousness or, pre-talk jitters. Naturally, your emotions are going to stay more on the sensitive side. Whereas if you were looking forward to doing something new and exciting, you're going to feel more excited instead of worrisome. So your words matter because they shape your experience, the memory that you have about these experiences. And it doesn't have to be like a life-changing experience. It can be, going to the gym. And they direct your emotions. So what does all of this mean? Why does it matter? And why should you carefully choose your words? Well, if you feel like your life experience this far has not been very positive, or if you feel like going to the gym isn't positive, treating your body well isn't a great experience, eating foods that benefit your body hasn't been great, it's time to look at the words that you're using to see if you can shift your experience, create a different memory, and redirect your emotions. So how do you carefully choose your words? First, you're going to start with observation. And I'm not going to tell you to do this in every area of your life. Pick one area that you feel maybe you use negative connotation a little more than you would like. Or maybe you just feel kind of blah about a certain area and you'd like to see if changing your language would make a difference. So pick one area, not your whole life, because then you would never do it. Pick one area. Start with observation. What do you hear yourself saying? What is your brain rolling around? What are those words that keep coming up? The next thing is to implement the pause. And I've talked about the pause on this podcast before because it's so useful, so incredibly useful. The pause is the difference between when that thought crosses your mind and when you say it out loud. Or when that thought crosses your mind and then you validate it by saying, yep, that's what I thought. There is a pause, it's a very short one, that happens between the birth of that thought and then the resulting action of validation or you actually saying those words. That pause can be expanded by choice when you know that it's there. Hey, yep, there's a pause. What am I going to do with it? There are two things. You can stay silent and choose to not say anything at all, or you can say something that's kind of neutral. Let's use the gym, for example. You have the thought, I hate going to the gym. And before you validate, because you start recalling all the memories about why you hate going to the gym and those emotions start getting driven in that direction, you use that pause. And then you say, I'm going to the gym. It's a neutral fact. There's no emotion involved. There's no positive or negative. You're making a statement. I'm going to the gym. Once you have tried that on for size a few times, you can then work towards finding a positive. But don't rush it. Finding that positive comes through gratitude. So you go from, I hate going to the gym, to, I'm going to the gym, to, I'm thankful to have a gym to go to. I'm thankful that I can move my body at the gym. I'm so grateful that I have the means to pay for a gym membership. I'm so grateful that there's a gym in my town. I'm so grateful that I know what to do when I'm at the gym. There are a million different things you could say. So let's just recap. Your words matter because they shape your experience, they create your memory, and they drive your emotions and direct them in a certain way. To choose your words more carefully, you're going to pick one area where you'd like to see a difference and observe. See what's coming up. Then when you're ready, you're going to use the pause between when that negative thought comes up and you do something about it. Once that becomes a little more comfortable, You're going to either remain silent or say something that's neutral, just an acknowledgement. And then when that becomes a little more comfortable, use gratitude to get to a place of positivity. We all deserve to have positive experiences, loving memories, and emotions where we feel like we have been in control. And you can totally do that with the words that you use about everything in your life. So in summary, give as much consideration to the words that you use on a daily basis as you would something that's really important to you. Why? Because your words matter too. I'll see you next week.